Alrighty, hello everybody. My name is Terrea Jackson. Welcome. And this is my presentation on enhancing new graduate nurse preparedness. These are recommendations for improved transitions into practice. And welcome to Christiana Care's open house. Let's get started. Alrighty. All right, just to go into the introduction and purpose, Christiana Care has implemented a new program solely based off of research and student feedback. And the purpose of this was the purpose of this whole PowerPoint is to explain how these updates really improve our facility when it comes to not only patient safety, but also quality care as well. We're going to go over the overview of the problem. We're going to go over my research methods, solution options, and the final implemented solution. Okay, so the original problems just stems from new graduates feeling just a lack of readiness that these new graduates feel and often feeling overwhelmed when finally entering clinical practice. There have been reports of just increased stress, lower confidence, and the risk of higher burnout, which is, as we know, is very common in our field. Potential of in these effects go into patient safety and, like I said, quality care. So I did a survey of 8 nursing students, and 4 of them felt somewhat prepared. 2 of them felt neutral. One of them felt very prepared, and one felt somewhat prepared. But one thing that these students have in common is that all of these students agree that structured preparation really increases their confidence. Okay, so to go into the research methods. So in order to really dive deep into the minds of these, new grad nurses, I wanted to use primary research, secondary research, and stuff like that, just to make sure that I'm being as accurate as possible. So I did a lot of primary research, just with the 8 students that I observed, just about confidence, readiness, and just resources that they found really helped them. We did secondary resources, so I did peer review, nursing studies, clinical education resources, you name it, I looked it up. And the topics analyzed. So the preceptorship, simulation, I'm sorry, mentorship and structured orientation were really the key topics that I wanted to look into since structured I guess education, if you really want to call it that, is really what drives these students being the best nurses that they can be. And so we did have some key findings. We found that effective preceptorship leads to a smoother transition, leading to increased confidence and just overall job satisfaction. Simulation training improves readiness and can replace up to 50% of clinical hours without reducing competence. Mentorships, where can I even get started? Mentorships really improve retention and just overall confidence, and more so the intent to stay on board, which is something we know that we really want. And survey responses also showed that the need for more hands-on skill practice and just supportive guidance. These are nurses that are going to go save lives, rather that be your mother, your sister, whoever. Like, these nurses really do need the confidence before they go out there on the field. All right, so there were some options that were very much considered. So out of we did 3. So I thought of an enhanced preceptorship program, a structured one-on-one time with trained preceptors and weekly progress check-ins. I thought that would really help. And then expanded simulation-based training, where it's like realistic clinical scenarios to practice assessment, communication, and critical thinking. And at the end, just have a good debriefing session on what we can learn, what we learned, what we thought we could do better on, and things of that sort. And a structured orientation with peer support. So just a clear orientation schedule and just support from a peer mentor who has recently completed training. So we just want to make sure that we're really, communicating with these new grad nurses so they feel ready to get on board with us. So finally, the final recommendation solution that we have now implemented is actually we did a combination. So we did a 1 week skills boot camp that will encompass hands-on practice with stuff like IV, blood draws, emergency responses of things of that sort. And these responses come directly from student survey concerns. So really, really just do 1 week of just hands-on activity just to really assess and make sure that these kids are confident in their skills. And also a year-long mentorship program, which I think would really help us. Just an ongoing support because, as a hospital, we do have, stressful months and things of that sort. So want to make sure that they have the resources to just get that support and just help them build confidence and clinical judgment, communication. I feel like even not only with these new grad nurses, but even with nurses, who've been here for years and years, no one is, perfect to say, but I feel like we can all benefit, not only these new nurses, but us as well too. We can also learn something together. And so I feel like this works. It's very cost effective for the company. It's evidence based, and it strengthens just, technical skills and just emotional readiness for this field. We know um, how emotional and technical this field can be at some times. And so we just feel like those resources at hand could really work for not only us, but for the new grad nurses. All right, so benefits the customers and clients. So these improvements really enhance the care and experience, mainly because it improves staff stability, reducing error and improving patient safety. That's really our main concern is patient safety and quality of care. So we want to make sure that those are really the forefront of what we have here and just strengthening that communication and reliability that we have not only with our nurses, but just the staff overall, making sure that we're really stepping forward on those marks right there. And then we just have, a commitment to excellence. I just want to, reiterate that this monitoring program is just gonna ensure continued improvement, updating the simulation and preceptor training regularly, investing in the development of confident nurses, and just making sure that we overall commit to high quality and patient-centered care. That's what we really, really, really want to make sure that we're doing with this new an investment, as we call into this program. Really want to make sure that we're putting quality care and patient-centered care on the forefront. All right, and overall, this concludes my presentation. Just to reiterate, these new grad nurses need stronger support when it comes to entering this practice, and research student feedback, identify that these are effective strategies. In the new skills boot camp, with the mentorship will now, I feel as though, give these new nurses the supports that they need in order to succeed in our just not within our company and beyond, but more so with our company. All right. And I want to say thank you for your time, and questions are welcome. Thank you very much. And here's my references.